You have tried every planner, every method, but nothing sticks. You see others following schedule effortlessly, but for some reason, you just can't. Is it laziness? Lack of discipline? Or is it something deeper? Self-improvement. You love the idea of human getting better over time. You start studying about productivity, time management, business leadership, and more. But in the productivity section, you try countless ideas, advice, and even follow other people's way. Just nothing sticks. You felt like it's a schedule you force you to follow, rather than something you would do normally. It might not be the problem. It might just be you. Because I was just like you. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 steps that make me control my ADHD to some extent instead of having it fully control me. You just keep trying the method of others. Trying and trying, failing and failing always. But nothing sticks to you. They feel like it's a script schedule that you have to follow, but you're not attached to it about it. Of course, you know about the purpose of scheduling or planning your day. Being as useful as you can in the 24 hours. But for some reason, you just can't seem to apply it. It worked for everyone else, but why not you? It's just pure frustration. You think it's not the problem about their scheduling, but it's you. Even you take ownership about it, you just don't understand what's stopping you from achieving your goal, to even achieve following your schedule. For some, it's lack of discipline. For some, they might have ADHD. For me, I have ADHD. And most adults and teenagers don't realize they have ADHD. They just think they have a problem that others don't. They're weird. Or maybe others just better than them. So, what's the difference for people having ADHD? We are comparing to normal people, we call them neurotypical versus ADHD. Neurotypical can prioritize easily. They naturally focus on the most important task first. But for ADHD brain, our brain chases dopamine. We do tasks that feel easy or exciting, even if they are not urgent. That's why we put off deadline until the last second. Even when we know it's ADHD, on the other hand, do random things, especially when they are bored. I'm bored all the time. ADHD people do things that is easy. They can know that thing can be done easily, so they felt the dopamine hit. That's why they get distracted to random things. As time goes, we run out of time, we need to finish the important tasks. Then we panic, then we doubt ourselves, and we judge ourselves of why we are so lazy. Why just I can't do it, right? Like normal people, just do it. But you have ADHD. ADHD stands for Attention Deficit / Hyperactivity Disorder, a neurodevelopmental condition that affects focus, impulse, and executive function. It's not about just being hyperactive. It impacts how the brain processes attention, motivation, and even decision making. Most people with ADHD never knew they have ADHD until they've been diagnosed or realized after some discovery that showed them. I discovered from TikTok initially. I mean, who knows they have ADHD, right? We just thought maybe it's just us, it's just our personality like that. No, it's our brain that's doing the thing. ADHD have the struggle to start something, like actual starting it, because there is so much of a void. We doesn't know what will come. We often over-prepare for something simple. Maybe just going for a meeting, then we pack one set of clothes, or another set of clothes, 2 sets of clothes, or maybe I need to change clothes, maybe my current shirt get dirty, and I bring extra charger. I don't want my phone to die, I don't want my laptop to die. I double back on my pen drive if in case my laptop break down on the middle meeting. They just saw a lot of things. This is just ADHD. Our brain just thinks like crazy. And actual starting, don't get me started. The overthinking is overwhelming. By just thinking about it, we are so stuck in the moment. We want to start, but we can't. But for ADHD, continuing what others or what we already did is easy, it's fine. Starting a business, starting a hobby is overwhelming. Overthinking in a sense. For years, I thought I was just lazy. I don't have to do the things. The calendar on my phone rings. Snooze. But I just didn't. I keep on being lazy or maybe think about something. I kept blaming myself for not sticking to the schedule I set. But then I realized I wasn't the problem. The problem was how I was planning my day. What I'm about to share you today has helped me achieve discipline and enjoyment in doing the things I have on my mind. I'm going to share with you the productivity hack for everyone, either you have ADHD or not. Number 1, time blocking. We all know time blocking on the calendar. We block a specific time for a task, right? Simple, easy, basic calendar. But for ADHD people, or maybe you're easily distracted people, you need to schedule differently from the others. ADHD people or short-term attention span people have the tendency of straying away from the things they're supposed to do. They're simply too distracted. So, there is 2 ways to solve this problem. First way, I used to do, work sometime, is set extra time for the task. So maybe, for example, you need an hour to do your cooking. So from everything from prepping to serving on the plate, it takes 1 hour, right? But for you, you have to set an hour and a half. So you have a wiggle room for your brain to do other things as the thing comes up on your mind. Maybe you're waiting chicken to cook and you're doing something else. Then that thing extends even longer, so you have 1 hour and a half. Just let your brain free in that time. That is the first way. The second way is the thing I rediscovered years ago, and I absolutely love it, is to set a timeline or a session. Meaning, before what time we need to get those things done. Like things. Imagine, when you come back from work, you need to wash your clothes, you're going to prepare dinner and take a bath, reply email. Instead of having each task into each time block, you include all of them in one session. You are washing your clothes. You're already naked, right? So you go take a bath. So in the same time, you're doing 2 things. Or maybe before you wash your clothes, you prep your dinner, you put it on cook. You put your chicken on the stove, put it on low heat, you wash your clothes, you go take a bath. Then in the same session that you set your times in, it was completed in 3 times. We ADHD have this kind of problem. We want to do things at the same time. This multitasking is time saving, right? Times is important. So each session you have specific tasks to do. That way, you save time, but you did 3 things in the same time instead of 1 time block. That. This also gives you the chance when our brain wants to do something that specific thing in the moment, or we are just waiting the clock to complete, and we reply email in between, so we are not bound to the task at hand, and we can set our brain free. Sense is what ADHD brain is good at. This way, you are focusing on the result. You have a fixed time to do something, like you will likely procrastinate until the last moment to rush the job. If you have an hour to reply email, but you know you will reply in 50 minutes, you probably 45 minutes you're gonna spend it on random thing ever, because you know your time needed to do the reply email. So skip the time, focus on the result or the progress you want to make in that session. This also allows the flow to keep going if it really happens. For example, we ADHD sometimes just kick in those hyperactivity, hyper focus, right? We tell ourselves we are going to read a book for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you still want to keep reading it. So just let it go, right? Just set it free. In that session, you're supposed to do this thing, so just let it free until your brain dies down in energy. The conclusion is, instead of forcing strict time slot, try option 1, give yourself extra time for buffer zone. Option 2, use a session or a task window. So instead of fixed time, finish 3 tasks before 8 p.m. or maybe this amount of tasks in the morning, this amount of tasks in the afternoon, this amount of tasks at night. That's how I do it. I break it down into morning, afternoon, night. Usually the most productive for me is morning, and afternoon I would just want to chill, work out, use to work out, read books, right? A little bit chill, prepare for something, prepare to wind down. The night time is just fully wind down, closing my head, closing my brain. I game, I watch Netflix, or maybe I do something else that I love. Or maybe just doing some new tasks like filling in the form for other things, right? Number 2, that's helped me to gain discipline, is journaling. Journal help you to clear up your mind. You can journal down what you did, how you did it, and what you can improve on those tasks. For me, I did it that way. So today I wrote what I did, how do I did it, and from that observation, how can I improve it for the next time? Or maybe bad experience happened. My journal can be jack of all trades. It can be simple bullet journal or plain diary. Anyway, improvement and self-understanding is important as life goes past quick. We won't want to miss any chance we can improve on, right? Since our life is short, we want to be the best in what we did. Journaling can help you experience those even further. Journal also can be a good place to plan out your day. Make it specific and anything you need to do. Also, I like to do this as well for ADHD. Anything that I want to do a quick brain dump, random thought in my head, but I just cannot afford to get distracted right now, I write it in the journal. So it really helps for brain dump. Either I review it or not, doesn't matter. As long as I dump it there, if I actually read it, and if I don't think it's important, then it's just there. Number 3, clarity. Oftentimes, we ADHD have no idea of importance and not importance. The first thing pops in our mind is important, is urgent. Of course, we obviously know the difference, but random thoughts just come and take our urgency to that matter. The impulsiveness to do things that we think about. So before we start a task, a project, anything, we should know what we need to do. We need to understand the clear step-by-step that need to be done, and also the consequences of the result. Example, if you are late to hands up this assignment, then you will suffer a mark penalty, which make it harder for you to pass a subject if the exam is too hard. Or if you come late to work, then you have a chance of being fired. ADHD and consequences goes very well. We don't need just the why, but we also need the how. Having a how makes us extremely clear what needs to be done and how should it be done. So most of us, it's not about lacking discipline or being lazy, but we are being us, and how we tackle us problem is this: having clarity. It's easy to follow a specific step-by-step plan. So essentially breaking it down, right? Break it down, and all of it have to serve the purpose of the why. ADHD brain don't naturally prioritize. We need to externalize it. Before starting the task, write down 1. What is the goal? What happens if I don't do it? So how do I break it down? And how should I do it? what in one order. Having that, if you can do this clarity checklist, you can build a system out of it, which I will explain to you the system in the next video. That this system is also how I handle everything in my life. Systematic, having a standard of operation. After all this point, you might have the feeling you want to jump out of this video and start planning your day. Or you don't. Or maybe you are just not here anymore. But hold your horses, okay? That's a key thing you need to understand. Either my way helps you or not, either you have ADHD or not, is clarity. Without clarity, you will have hard time to complete anything you want to do. Life is just complicated. It's our job to simplify it, isn't it? ADHD isn't a productive curse. We just need a system that works for us. Once I change how I plan, I stop fighting my brain, and productivity becomes easier than ever. Try this. Try out 3 points I gave you, and let me know if that worked for you. The thing worked for me might not work from you. Even if it does, it might not last. When the method is working, keep doing it until it stops working. Until the method stops working, changing into other method. So, when you are doing my method, please, anything that soothes your mind, add it into how you plan your day. So that's the 3 points for this video. So number 1 is use a time session or give your task extra buffer time. Number 2 is doing a journal. Keep your head in the game and know how you can improve it for later, maybe your scheduling thing. Number 3 is clarity. Having clarity help you plan your day, help you plan how you want to execute the task in one order. It'll be so much easier. Please do try and give me a know how does it work out for you. I'll see you on the next video on how we can use a system to systemize or even automate our life. See you next video.